Together on a little discourse on Bhagavad Gita once again. Today we would be dealing with chapter 7 to 10. Chapter 7 is known as Gyan Vigyan Yog. Chapter 8 is known as Akshar Brahma Yog, and so on. In earlier videos, if you want to learn or know about chapter 1 to 6, you can go on my prior videos on my channel Eternal Journey, handle Moksha Kendra @Moksha Kendra 6343. Bhagavad Gita means Song of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita is a book, is a very renowned and spiritual book of all eras. It was written 5,000 years back by sage Vedvyasa in the epic Mahabharata. It is part of the book Mahabharata. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Pandavas and the Kauravas are standing against each other, and Arjuna tells Krishna, "Oh Lord, take my chariot in the middle of the two armies. I want to see who all have come here to fight against me." So Krishna takes the chariot in the middle of the two armies, seeing his relatives there and his revered people there. Arjuna decides not to fight. That was chapter 1. In chapter 2, Krishna tells Arjuna to fight as it was his duty. The soul never dies, only the bodies die. The way we leave old worn out clothes and wear new clothes, similarly, the soul also leaves the old aged body and bears a new body and takes rebirth again. Third chapter is on Nishkam Karma, the desireless activity, in which Lord tells him, do your duty without desiring the results of the activities that you do. How you do is, whatever you do, devote that to me, surrender to me in all your activities, and remember me always. That is how you will be able to perform your duties in my remembrance, and whatever is the result, that I am the giver. Don't think just because you have done something, you can expect something great. Here your duty is to fight. Don't worry about victory or defeat. I have already decided what is to be done, what is to be given, to whom. So don't worry about the results, just do your duty. That was chapter 3. In chapter 4, basically one of the meditation techniques was shared by Lord Krishna with Arjuna. That technique I already shared with you in my prior videos. You can go back to those. The technique is meditating on the incoming and outgoing breath. Verse 29, chapter 4. There again, Lord tells Arjuna, be desireless, be free from lust, anger, ego, and control your senses. The way a tortoise pulls its legs inside its body parts, inside its shells, similarly you should pull back your senses within whenever they are trying to go towards the world, because the world is full of miseries. Only I can give you peace. Only the soul can give you peace. Only the self-realized person can be happy in all circumstances. Chapter 5 is again on karma yoga, wherein God tells him, stand and fight. That is your duty. Do not think of anything else. Whatever is your dharma, that dharma you have to perform. That was chapter 5. In chapter 6, it is the chapter itself on meditation, the Dhyan Yoga chapter. Remember, friends, all the chapters of Bhagavad Gita end with yoga. Chapter 1 to chapter 18, all chapters like Gyan Vigyan Yoga, Vibhuti Yoga, Guhya Yoga, All chapters end with the name Yog. That means Yog is the ultimate. What is Yog? Yog is a method of uniting with the God. Yoga is the method of uniting with the God. So all the chapters here are meant for some lessons learned. With those lessons, try to be with God, try to surrender to God, try to be a devotee of God. And that is why all these chapters are named as Yoga. I was talking about chapter 6. I told you in my prior videos, I am basically a meditation practitioner and I also preach meditation in my videos on my channel Eternal Journey. I have given many videos on meditation and also on the preachings of Bhagavad Gita. You can go there, learn from there. If you want to practice meditation, you can pick up any meditation technique from there and practice that. So, chapter 6, Lord says, be a yogi, meditate. How to meditate? Somebody says, hi sir, Jai Radha Ramanna. Thank you so much. I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your being with me. Hope we enjoy this session together and make it more fruitful. You enjoyed this session. I hope the meditation techniques which I teach you along with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita are fruitful in your life. So let me go ahead with the technique. The technique is concentrating between the eyebrows. So close your eyes and focus your mind on in between the eyebrows. So remember friends, it's not the eyes with which you have to look between the eyebrows. It is the mind which has to be there and do not allow it to go anywhere else. It is very, very fickle. It will take you miles and miles and thousands of years, left, right, center, everywhere, but that is what you do not have to allow. You have to concentrate your mind between the two eyebrows. That was chapter 6. Let's, friends, go on to chapter 7, today's lessons. The chapter 7 starts with Krishna saying, now somebody has a remark, let me read it and see if I can answer it. If I am capable, I will be happy. If I am not, I will apologize to you. Now he says, sir, I have a small doubt about Mahabharata. Sir, can you tell me something? Sir, if you give me permission, I will ask. Sure, please go ahead. I will try. I am not a very learned man of the scriptures. The reason being, I am a meditating yogi. I have been meditating for years together. I know to some extent about meditation, but as far as scriptures are concerned, the holy books are concerned, maybe I'll say I have read many of the books, but you will also agree with me that reading them and then remembering them and then applying them in life all are different things. So whatever little I know, I'll definitely answer you. Please go ahead, ask me whatever is your doubt. With my uh, soul consciousness, I will try and answer, and I'll be happy if I can make you also happy. If I'm not, please accept my apologies in advance. So the chapter 7 starts with Lord Krishna saying, Arjun, out of the thousands of people that you see in this world, only one tries to find me. So friends, if you are here, if you are listening me about Bhagavad Gita, then definitely you are one of those thousands. You are definitely one of those thousands, and please continue your journey, because the journey is not of one life, it is of many, many lives. You had done certain good karmas in your past. That's why you are here today. You are listening to this course on Bhagavad Gita. I suggest go ahead, meditate and read Bhagavad Gita. Make Bhagavad Gita a part and parcel of your life. Keep it with you always until the time you are satisfied, though you will never be. Keep reading it. Every time you read, something new will come up out of it. And that's what happens with me also when I sit here with you in discourse of this Bhagavad Gita. Every day something new comes up to me. Yes, at the end of the day, I feel certain things also have been left behind. But again, coming back to chapter 7, Lord says, out of thousands, one tries to know me. So you are those one, one of those who try to know God. Now you have to go ahead from it. And what further God says? God says, out of those thousands who try to know me, only one finds me. So now you have to be that one who can find God, who can say, yes, I know God. But of course, once you know Him, you will never be able to tell about Him. It's become so difficult. Like Shri Shri Paramahans Yoganand ji used to say, an idol, a putla, an idol of salt, tried to know the depth of the ocean. It goes into the ocean, and when it tries to find the depth of the ocean, it gets dissolved in the ocean. It becomes ocean itself. And that's what happens when you try to find God. You yourself become God, and you become speechless, and you cannot tell about Him. You don't know what to tell about Him. He has been told by so many words in the scriptures, but understanding it is very difficult, and applying it in life is also equally difficult. So you will be speechless when you find Him, and you will not be able to tell people, yes, look, I have found God. Because it is said, one who knows God, he does not speak about Him. And those who speak about God does not know Him, do not know Him. So if you really know God, it will be very difficult for you to explain what God is. And if you do not know, of course, you can add hundreds of words and try to explain that to others. So, out of those hundreds who are trying to find God, be the one to find one. Be the one to find the ultimate. The journey of the soul is to find the ultimate destination, which is God Himself. We have come from God, and we have to go ultimately to Him only. Then in chapter 7 only, God says, millenniums after millenniums, I create this creation or universe. And after millenniums and millenniums, I destroy this universe. So this cycle keeps on going. So there is nothing permanent what you see. You may feel I am a big man, a rich man, a well learned man, a great yogi, but that is all temporary. Ultimately, the way God destroys the entire creation, your body will also get destroyed. But don't worry, you will take rebirth, and wherever your journey has stopped, from there you will start it again. And if you have the aggregate of good karmas with you, you will further go ahead from wherever you have left. That is what God says to Arjuna. When Arjuna asks, what happens to those who try to find God, but they get lost in the world, and they neither rejoice this world, nor they find the God? What happens to them? Then God tells him, don't worry, whatever goods he has done, that will be carried forward in his next life. And that will continue till the time he will take rebirth again and again till the time he finally goes to the Godhead. God says, I am the taste of water, I am the light of sun and moon, I am the Om in the mantras of all living beings, of all living things. I am the life of all living things. I am the penance of the ascetics. I am the intelligence of the intelligent people. I am the strength of the strong people. So God tells Arjuna, look, whatever you see, believe, think, that everything is me and nothing else. So if you, friends, I suggest to you, if you see God in everything, this is also God tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita itself, if you see me in everything, then and everything in me, then you will never lose sight of me. Think over what God has said. He says, if you see me in everything, in a cow, in an elephant, in a learned person, knowledgeable person, in a poor person, in a dog, or in a tree, in a bird, in an ocean, in the stars, in the sun, in the moon, how can you lose sight of him? You can never lose sight of him because whatever you see, it is God and nothing else. That's why in Hindu religion, we worship even a stone, forget the idol. People say we worship idol. What is there in idols? But we see God in everything, and that's what has been exactly said in Bhagavad Gita, as far back as 5,000 years back. It has been clearly said, I am in everything. So whatever you see, maybe a dog, maybe a non-living thing, maybe a living thing, I am there. So if you see God in everything, you will never lose sight of him. Similarly, everything is in me. If you worship God, then everything is God. Because everything is in him. If you are worshipping God, you are worshipping everything because everything is in him. So how can you lose sight of him? So friends, try and follow scriptures. You may be a Jnani Yogi, you may be a Dhyan Yogi, you may be a follower of scriptures, you may be a follower of meditation or yoga. You may be a person who follows his duty, who likes to work and doesn't believe in other things. Or you may be a person who likes to chant the names of God, name of gods. Whatever you are, whichever path you are following, just follow it and you will never forget it. Whatever you do, if you are performing your duty, keep chanting his name. If you are meditating, keep chanting the mantra. If you are a follower of devotional path, keep chanting his name. You will never get lost, you will never get lose sight of him. So do not worry, keep your journey on, keep going slowly day by day. The techniques which I have told you in chapter 6, 5, 4, just follow them. Only 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Try these techniques for 3 months. I don't suggest, there are at least 4 techniques which I will be sharing with you from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna or Sage Vedvyasa has shared it with us. These techniques are still prevalent in the modern era. From time immemorial, these have come to us. So follow these techniques. Try and find a master, a guru, a God realized person. Now you will say, how do I find a God realized person? I don't know. Don't worry. You just keep following what you feel is correct. Follow the correct path, and you will ultimately find a master also, and you will find God also. That is quite possible. Just let me check my phone. What's there? Sorry, I was just having a look at the chats and what other things are there. Now, again in chapter 7, Lord Krishna says, I am about the three modes of nature. The three modes of nature are sattvic, rasic, and tamasic modes. The positive, the negative, and the mixture. The truthfulness, the ignorance, and those who desire results for their activities. Sattvic generally do not ask for results of their activities. They try to be truthful to what they do. They try to be truthful to God. And the Rasic person tries to get the results of whatever he is doing. So he is desirous of results of the activities. And the Tamasic person is of course a negative person which the person is not negative, positive, or mixed. These qualities are in us. These are the qualities of the nature, prakriti, qualities of the nature. And in us or in humans, these qualities are in mixture. At times, sattvic overrules the other two. At times, rasic overrules other two. At times, tamasic overrides the other two. So we are the same person, but we have different qualities at different times. The tamasic person likes to have stale food, or he can eat stale food. He doesn't care for cleanliness. He doesn't care for his madness, his ignorance, his foolishness. These are some of the qualities of the tamasic person. God has given one complete chapter on the three gunas of the nature, the triple characteristics of the nature. And these modes only make us active during our entire life. And we have to be first in the sattvic mode, then ultimately when we become God realized, or we try to become God realized, or we try to be self realized, or we try to be soul realized, that is the time we have to be above all the three modes. You have to try and get over the modes. And how is that possible? That is possible when you sit in your soul, because God sits in your soul. When you think from the soul, when you are guided by your soul, when you are not affected in heat and cold, when you are not affected in sun and shade, when you are equal in happiness and sadness, when you are equal in happiness and distress, when you equally see the poor and the rich, when you equally see the friends and the enemies, when you equally see the honor and dishonor, when you are equal in respect and disrespect, that is the situation wherein you can say you are above the good modes of the three modes of the nature. Now that is not difficult. Whichever path you want to follow, Gyan, Dhyan, Bhakti, or Karma, just follow that. I practice and preach meditation, so I'll be talking more about that. But let me tell you, in unison, you cannot follow any one path. If you think you will only work and not follow any other path, that is not possible. If you think you will only meditate and not follow any other path, that is also not possible. If you think you will only read scriptures and will do nothing else, that is also not. So you have to take a little bit from each path. Your main path could be one, but you have to take additional things from others also, so that you are comfortable, simple, humble, and with joy and happiness you go and tread the path towards God. God also says, do not harm the body, do not be very strict on your body yourself. Take it in a simple manner, go simply ahead, and you will reach your destination. Chapter 8, God says, one more technique. God gives us one more technique of meditation. As again and again I have told you, I'll be talking more about meditation. Reason being, I already explained to you. So in this chapter, verse 12, chapter 8, verse 12, God says, focus at the Anahat chakra or the heart chakra. There are 7 chakras in the body: the Muladhara, the Swadhisthana, the Manipur, the Anahat. Anahat is the heart chakra, and then Swadhisthana, then Agya Chakra, and then of course the Sahasrara. I've given you the Sahasrara technique of meditation. I've given you the Agya Chakra of meditational technique also. In my videos you will find each and everything. Please go to my channel Eternal Journey and like and subscribe it, and see which video you like, and absorb whatever good you can from that. If you don't like something, leave it. Everything is not there for you. Of course, certain things are there for you. Use them, enjoy them, and apply them. But what you don't like, what you don't want to have, don't. Nobody forces you for that. As I said, not everything is not for everyone. So, in verse 12 of chapter 8, Lord says, focus on the heart chakra. Close your eyes, put your attention on the center of the 2 lungs, or between the center of the 2 lungs and where the spine passes through. Just focus, there is the heart chakra. On that chakra, put your mind. Don't put your eyes there. Of course, you can lower your eyes, close your eyelids, and then put your mind there and pinpoint your mind at one point, and do not allow it to go anywhere else. Look at one point and keep looking there, and simultaneously keep chanting some mantra. You can take any of the mantra. There are hundreds and thousands of mantra. You can make your own mantra also for yourself. If you are from different religion, you can take mantra from your own religion. Chapter 9, Lord says, the wind is everywhere and it rests in the sky. The way the wind rests in the sky, similarly everything rests in me. And he also says, I am in everything, but I am undivided. Lord is undivided. Though he is in everything, but being in everything does not mean he is divided. He is one. He is ultimate. He is supreme also, and is in everything also. He is farther than the farthest and nearer than the nearest. He is bigger than the biggest and smaller than the smallest. God says, my devotee never perishes, so be my devotee. He tells Arjuna again and again, surrender to me, be my devotee, remember me at all times, offer your activities to me, and keep chanting my name, and be with me in all the circumstances. Surrender yourself to me, and I will protect you. God has himself said in one of the chapters, when the irreligion rises and religious people decline or they go down, I take birth to uplift the religious and destroy and diminish the wrong people the wrongdoers. So similarly, here also in this chapter, God says, I protect those who surrender to me. Chapter 10, the Yoga of Divine Glories, Vibhuti Yoga. I said all the chapters end with the name Yoga. See the chapters of Bhagavad Gita, all the chapters end with the name Yoga. Vibhuti Yoga, Gyan Vigyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Sannyas Yoga, etc. Yoga, these chapters are all meant to be followed and ultimately to be united with God. Yoga itself means uniting, unite, uniting. So the soul uniting with the ultimate supreme soul is the path of yoga. That is what is known as yoga. God says, I am unborn and beginningless. He is beginningless. He doesn't have any middle and he doesn't have any end. So you can imagine what is he. From where does he start and where does he end? There is no limitation to him. I am Vishnu, I am Shiva, and I am Brahma. I am Indra among the gods, and moon and sun among the stars. I am Samved in the Vedas. I am Om Mantra in the mantras. I am Gayatri Mantra in the mantras. I am also Om, I am also Gayatri. I am Ram, I am Krishna, and I am Arjuna, and I am sage Vyas among men. I am the Aravat elephant. I am the Uchchashrava horse which came out of the churning of the ocean. I am the banyan tree amongst trees. I am the Ganges among the rivers. I am the Himalayas among mountains. I am the Lord of Death, Yama. I am Kuber, the Lord of Wealth. I am Indra. I am Kartikeya amongst the leaders of the war, and I am the ocean amongst the water. So, the meaning or the purpose of chapter 10 is Sage Ved Vyasa is defining the glories of the Lord. Whatever good you see, whatever powerful you see, whatever extraordinary you see, that is God. If extraordinary things is God, then how can smaller things not be God? As I said earlier also, everything is me only. Lord says, I am in everything, good or bad. Everything is from me. Pious or impious, everything is me. Pavitra or apavitra, both I am. So he is all in all. He is the master of the universe. Devote to him. Read Bhagavad Gita. Read it many times. I'll suggest if you pick up a big, thick book, it will be difficult for you to finish it. So what I suggest, what I did, I'll suggest you the same thing. Read just the translation part and finish from one end to the other and read it 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times and forever. And you will realize what it means, what is there in Bhagavad Gita, what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, why we should read it, what are the great teachings of this book. So we have come to the end of today's session. I'll take your leave. Hope you enjoyed this session. Somebody wanted to ask me something, but he didn't ask. Probably he did not wanted to ask, or my reply he did not enjoy. Whatever I said, I'm sorry if I disappointed you, but that was not the purpose. Hopefully, you start meditating, start reading Bhagavad Gita, and one fine day on your own you will find the question or answer of your question. Friends, through self realization, through meditation, you can find answer to all of your deepest queries, whatever they may be, related to spiritual, related to material, or related to any worldly affair. You will find your answers on your own. So, meditate, self realize, become a soul realized person, and know your queries on your own. That is what is self realization. Have a good day, good night. Thank you very much. Go to my channel, Eternal Journey. Subscribe the channel, like it. Bye bye. God bless. Thank you.